Oh, there we go. Okay. What's up, guys? Let me start the timer. Jeez Louise. What's up, guys? Organized, totally organized. Not a stream. Vince here. And yeah, Happy New Year's. It's 2025. Who would ever thought? This is it. This is the time where I become an old man. No, but seriously, yeah, Happy New Year's. Hope everyone had a good New Year's and hope everyone is ready for new content that is probably gonna be waited because I need a break. I've been still working on the top tens still. I haven't even recorded top webtoons yet. Let me be real. I don't even know how to make that one because with the top videos, does anybody care? It's all about a matter of like, hey, which one was good, which one was right. But I guess I'll make it for traditional reasons. But yep, this is it. This is the month by month. I do this every year where I talk about 2024 month by month. And pretty much, yeah, I'm about to talk about it for this 2025 of 2024 of what I did or what happened or anything at this point back of last year, which is 2024. Yes, indeed. Okay, how many times am I going to say that? A lot! Because this is about mostly about 2024. Okay, listen, I'm not even prepared to ever make this or anything like that. It's just something fun, chill, or whatever. I don't even know if you would call it chill at this point because personally, it's just me having a good time. Just me telling you about like, oh, all the stuff that I did when it comes down to making these videos and hopefully my, recording catches. Okay, it's good. Always gotta check, okay? This is what it looks like, don't it? The thing is, here's the thing. I make content that is usually for you people that are busy and doing things, not for you watching. If you watch this, you don't need to, okay? You can, but I mean, why would you do that? I'm just, like what? You're gonna have a cinema of your own and freaking watch like a whole entire video with slideshows? My voice is more important than all of that. That's kind of like what I've been using is usually my voice for the long amount of time. There has never been any problems, especially of 2024 of my voice getting except when I came back from Europe, which that was the big thing. This happens to be the most like 2024 was basically the most traveled year that I ever had. I went to several countries and I've been around places. So we're about to get into that in a bit. But here's the deal. So pretty much I have all the months laid out. And the thing is that I'm going to go through each month and talking about what I did in terms of pictures or whatever I gathered of that particular year. I actually went through the catalog of videos and also the posts and archives and stuff like that to give me a good like memorabilia of like what I did on that month because I could forget a couple things. There could be some things that I probably forgot here and there. What I will say is that this is not going to be perfect because I talk about a lot during my Vince talks and I ain't listening to all of them just for this specific video. I just made this video just to tell you Happy New Year, but also just a recap of what I did back in 2024. So that's what I'm doing right now. But other than that, yeah, let's just get into it. Let's get into a couple of topics here and there and talk about January, which is basically the slideshow. So this one, I took this picture, and by the way, there's pictures, means. Hopefully they're in the right exact, location of months. Some of them are probably lost, but who would know? Who would know, right? Only I could know because what basically this whole video is just my personal memorabilia of just what I did of just this particular month or anything. And to tell you the truth, I don't really go out much, so doing a lot. I mean, if I'm doing something, oh, it'd be a lot. At least I try to make it as is. But anyways, I went to a party. So yeah, pretty much my birthday is usually on January. And yeah, I pretty much don't have the pictures here as you can see. This was taken like at someone's quinceañera or whatever. I don't freaking know. It's like a church gathering slash party slash, well, whatever you can make it. Like a community gathering. I don't know. That's a usual thing in the freaking country towns. Like, hey, we're just having a gathering here. But I mean, it was nice. Okay, that was the first kind of like party I went to of that month, so it was something. It was cold. Usually January's be cold. Right now it is freezing out there. But yeah, so January, I don't know. I basically made like, the month by month of 2023, and that was a lot of fun. I think I was sitting down for the most part. I feel like have a much more professional setting. I'm in my office really talking about all this, and actually having a mic stand to really, go into the whole like what I did in this month and stuff like that. But basically, yeah, late Christmas party. I think that's what it is. And also a birthday, which wasn't that good of a birthday. I just hung out in the mall with Stefan and pretty much, I don't know. I think I bought a board. Yeah, I bought a board and I was going to set it up, which I still haven't done that because skateboarding has not been a very big motivator for me at the moment. I don't know what it is. I still skateboard. It's just that I don't feel like I need to actually have a new board. Even though I planned that for a while, but as of right now, I even haven't set that up, and I got that board since of like 2022 of December. So I don't know what's going on with that board, to be honest, but it's still yet to be set up. But anyways, also still recovering from my Asian trip. As you know, if you've been in this channel for a while, I was in Singapore and slash Philippines to visit family, and pretty much, yeah, I basically was still recovering because I was still sick because I came home in December of that day, which was, man, there's something about like winter slash fall that I always come back that always happen to have a vacation period. I don't know what that is, but that's what's going on. Anyways, yeah. Also, I don't know why I add this. There's some stuff that I add that's really not a big deal, but yeah. Pretty much. Also, I got a new controller Bluetooth that which was cool. A Bluetooth controller, whatever, or something like that. So that and still I use that controller to this day. And also, I try not. I'm also there's something I'm gonna add before I go into a couple things here. Is that yes, I add a couple new stuff and animation stuff, but I try not to add a lot of gaming things unless it's like really big. But I don't want to add any gaming news that is just like kind of pointless here and there because that's why I usually talk in my Vince talks is gaming news. And I feel like there's no reason to put that in this particular video when I'm talking about each month by month. And pretty much I don't want to dwell in it for just the gaming, even though like I would talk about it, but I don't see the deal. Okay. Maybe some YouTube drama stuff here and there, but other than that, like whatever is trending, I'm going to talk about it. Okay. Anyways, also, I started my science class. That's right. My last class, basically, my last physical class before, graduating or whatever that is. Before basically ending. I'm supposed to be back, but I don't want to be back. Let me say that right now. Also, this whole thing with Verbalaze, that was a big thing. Verbalaze, and I think it was during the time when Hazbin Hotel was about to come out. And yeah, people were just talking about Verbalaze for the amount of time or whatever, because he made something with the Hasman Hotel characters and it was pretty simpy, and I'm like, okay, Verbal Ace. And the thing is that I like the guy's like beatbox skills. I like his music. Here's the thing. As a person that used to be into beatboxing, I don't really watch a lot of beatbox content unless you make good music. And Verbal Ace is one of those people that makes really good music, even for me that used to watch a lot of beatbox that is not into that anymore, but still makes a lot of good music. And seeing this, kind of sad because I kind of want to see some crazy stuff. Instead, I see the simpy stuff that he makes, which is, I mean, come on, bro. Anyways, I mean, there is slightly a chance that you might see a theme here with that, just to let you know. But also, many people, many YouTubers were quitting for some reason, especially the whole MatPat thing. When he was making that announcement of like him quitting, I was like, oh, that's sad. And I find myself in that circle too. I think there was like a lot of people talking about why YouTube is just not really the dream anymore, and it feels like a freaking 9 to 5 more than anything else. Moving on, we gotta go into February because a couple of things happen here. Which I don't really necessarily sure. Oh crap, I don't have the picture. I don't have the picture. And well, God. Okay. Here's the thing. I legitimately copied this on my docs, my Google Docs from my notes, and there was a picture that's supposed to come true, and it didn't freaking come true. It didn't come in, and hopefully I can remember like what is it with that picture. But anyways, February. I got a new couch. I think that was the only thing that really happened. Also, this is the freaking picture of the cafeteria of my school that I went to, my college, I mean. And yeah, also I made my custom board. Also, went to my aunt's birthday, which turned 81. That was pretty cool. Nothing crazy, but Has-Been came out. So I was like binge watching that and pretty much making review videos on that one. That was my Arcane of that month. Arcane, man, that's a different one. I'm gonna talk about that later. Because there is a point where I did talk about it somewhere around these months. Also, internet stuff here. I heard about the whole Review Tech versus JKB thing. That was crazy. Vosh and the horse thing. That was weird. I'm like, okay, not Verbal Ace is not the only one sipping, but apparently Vosh was also has some interesting. It's disgusting. Can I just be real? Oh man, the amount of sinful people here. Let me tell you. Verbal Ace and Vosh. Yep. Also, what else here? Oh yeah, I also did a stream. It was something to do with Castle Swimmer, and I was going to do some streams for that particular series, more webtoon streams. And there's a reason why I haven't done that, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I get that Valentine's was a thing in February. Do you think I have a freaking Valentine's Day? If there's one person that hates Valentine's more than anything, it's my co-host Stefan. Oh, he hates the Valentine's. I think we both do. I don't think there's no reason. It's just like freaking marketing holiday, to be real with you. Unless you have a special someone, which you know what, if you do, then whatever you do. Anyways, I don't know if Has-Been Hotel came out of Valentine's. That would be interesting if it did. But I was watching that and reviewing that all the way through. Also, here's some gaming stuff. Yuzu basically was gone during that time. Or basically we're in the heads of a lawsuit or something with Nintendo. I also have some like stuff surrounding this Ninja Sanji about their controversy. And this is kind of like almost like, I guess the train start rolling with the whole my opinions about VTubers with the whole graduation stuff. Which, to be real, basically I'm just saying like it's literally just VTubers not caring about their fans and just saying goodbye. The thing is, here's the thing. I feel like MatPat, when he quitted YouTube, he can come back. He can come back if he wants. There's no freaking rule. There's no industry telling you, oh, you can't come back. But when it comes to VTubers, and this is why I don't really get attached to VTubers, and I sort of have like a certain feelings towards them. When it comes down to graduation and saying bye, there's something more about that later on, but man, does it still get to me. It's like this whole Ninja Sanji thing as well, and pretty much that's a terrible company of just when it comes to that whole stuff. Anyways, March was an interesting thing. Okay, so I took this picture. It was church. Okay, I know Easter is somewhere in summer, but this one is like, I guess a certain Easter. Like, I don't know. I just had the freaking picture. I have it when I was like out and about, and I don't even think I went outside a lot during March. I don't know. I was busy with class. I think that's the only time I was outside, usually. And it was beginning to be a bit warm and comfortable, but I was still rocking a jacket like during going to class and stuff like that. Anyways, yeah. Ruby Ruby. Okay. So I had this picture, right? It said this, and it was a clever thumbnail here and there. It said like, oh, Rooster Teeth RIP. Yuzu RIP. What else? Akira. I talk about Akira, which is the creator of Dragon Ball Z RIP. So I made a thumbnail video about RIP this, RIP that, and also I made a joke within the end of that just to be a little bit more heartwarming, even though it's not. It's like, all right, it went like this, right? This is what the thumbnail, I could get this wrong, but the thumbnail of the Vince Talk video that I made was like RIP Yuzu, RIP Rooster Teeth, RIP Akira and RIP to my love life. You know what I mean? That's literally what. Like, I end up really going in there. I was like, yep, I'm gonna just get this true because this guy canceled me. And I'm surprised that I never got canceled at all of anything that I ever made in this channel. You would think I would get canceled, especially with all the Christian stuff that I've been sharing in my channel. Like, nope, nothing. No one has capped me, okay? But anyways, yeah, pretty much Rooster Teeth. And the reason why I put Ruby, I put this, I have a list, right? And what I'm looking at is like, I put like the sentence of Ruby off the network. And pretty much, it's supposed to say Ruby off the new network. And technically, they found a new network later on, but not during this time when Rooster Teeth was dying. It was sad because I grew up with Rooster Teeth, Red versus Blue, the Let's Play channel, the the podcast, the RT podcast that I love so much when Bernie was there. And also Ruby, of course. Like, Rooster Teeth was something, and then it just was gone. It freaking died. It full on went G4. Like it was just gone. So it was kind of like, wow, I never thought this would happen, but that's kind of sad because I grew up with that. And even though that right now Rooster Teeth has not been in the best interests as of, late, I never wished for them to be gone. Anyways, also, this was the last time I saw One Piece when I was doing the whole One Piece arc, and I kind of stopped in that whole like fairyland in Spain. It's basically Spain, to be honest. Okay, the One Piece crew in Spain. And it's funny because I was in Spain this year. But yeah, it just like, I just stopped binge watching. I think my interest was gone. Hopefully it comes back because I kind of really want to continue of what's going on in One Piece. You know what I mean? Anyways, also, what is this? What did I say? PSP emulation? I don't know. It's gaming related. Oh yeah, there was this. I've been getting a lot of possession dreams here and there with my sleep paralysis, and there was an incident with this particular one in March, which was kind of scary, but also like, oh, okay. I guess we wouldn't know because it just said possession, which I'm like, I mean, yes, I'm possessed, but what does that even mean, right? Oh yeah, the Ladybug movie was a thing. That was cool. Also, Suyu was gone, which was going to be the new Yuzu emulator. But, they basically poked the bear with Nintendo. And this is when my hate for Nintendo began. Also, Boyfriends. The last time I read Boyfriends. If you're, like, pretty much, if you're an OG of my channel, Boyfriends is what you came here for, right? You came to this damn channel for me to read Boyfriends. What else would you come here for? And for those that don't know Boyfriends, oh, you're the real ones, right? Anyways, also Diddy was the thing. That's when that whole thing started with Diddy and whatever, his allegations, and I'm just waiting for a documentary about all of this. Let me be real. But yeah, next up, moving on, is April. April is basically when the NYC earthquake began. And New Yorkers were freaking out. It was interesting. Also, I took a DNA test this time. And yeah, pretty much that was not cheap. I wanted to know what my background is, and I was about to discover. Which, spoiler alert, it's just Spaniard with Austronesian, which Italian, and yeah, what you want. White and Asian, which I don't even think I'm Asian. What is Austronesian? It's a native, but it's Islanderish. Therefore, but also has some mix of black, some would say. But at the same time, Austronesian itself, you know what? I have the laptop right here. We can just freaking, we can go to ChatGPT and check it out for ourselves, right? Since you're here, let's go really check that out of my ethnicity, because I'm kind of curious. Because I also jokingly said like, oh, I bet I'm gonna be like 90% Nigerian. Let me see. Stay like that. Yeah, stay like that. Okay. Let me see. Okay, you don't want to know what I type, but anyways, the term Austronesia refers to the language of family, not a specific racial and ethnic group. Austronesians is diverse peoples with all languages. Okay, yeah, Pacific Islander or Southeast Asian. which I'm like, okay, I get that. But okay, so I guess Southeast Asian, which would be Asian, I'm still part of, but also I'm not Han Asian, which means I'm as native as it is, Aborigine as it is from what? Let me see here. Right. Yeah, because you have the Fiji and the Venetian people and the Solomon Islanders. So what is broader? Okay, what is the context? Skin color, classification, simplification, Australian linguistics, cultural group. It's the linguistics part, but the Austronesian, they're not speaking of the ethnicity. I don't know why ChatGPT is not touching the ethnicity part. Darker skin tone, speaking group. Okay, they're not typically okay. Whatever. I don't, man. I don't know. I guess Islander. I guess, even though that's something that that's a whole different conversation when it comes to my ethnicity itself. So like what? When someone's Filipino in Hawaii, like what does that mean? Is there any black in there or not? Tell me. Am I biracial or not? I don't know. I don't know, but I guess yeah, no, you know what's funny is that there's only 1% of Japanese. So I'm only 1% Asian, even though I'm usually full on Asian and white. Therefore, I guess I'm just white. Oh my gosh, that I can't live with that. I can't live with that. I know you will look at me if I ever show my face on YouTube. You'll be looking at me like, "What? You're a full on white. How dare you?" But anyways, yeah, DNA test spoiled. I just want to save that. Also, TikTokers out in the wild. That's right. I was at lunch somewhere and I saw these girls making a TikTok video at this. Man, I was like, yeah, I'm going back home. I can't live with this. What is happening here? I don't know. In a crowded line. They were doing a dance TikTok video in a crowded line. In the hood, of course. Anyways, going around the Bay a lot. I've been actually been walking around the Bay area. I was going places and I took this picture in Walnut Creek. It was at the rooftop of this Spanish restaurant there. And also, I saw something interesting. I went to the beach side. I checked some of these like what is it? It's a hybrid house of, and when I say that, it saves energy. Like they have solars, they have like a garden, and it's kind of like next to the pool or something. I forget how to describe it. It's like it's a boat, but also a house as well. It's a boat, like it's off like at the harbor as a boat would be ported. But at the same time, it's a house. So I don't even know what to call them. And it's supposed to be hybrid, like there's no electricity running, except if you want to cook or whatever, or lights or something. Maybe you might use your laptop or whatever. But the thing is that I always have an interest of that, especially when I was introduced to van life that I wanted to do one day. I want to go camping. I want to do van life. And I'm hoping that's something that I will do this year because I really want to go camping. And the plan was to go camping and go snowboarding in Lake Tahoe, which was January, which is literally today. But I don't even know at this point. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, what else I got here? Also I saw a Scientology hut, which was interesting. I saw a Scientology altar, which is like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, the most San Francisco thing you can ever find right now is a Scientology. Which reminds me, that whole Braille situation was crazy. I forget what month that I was talking about that, but I'll never forget that. The thing is that the people that work for Braille, and which was one of the biggest skateboarding channels out there when it comes to skateboarding, and they just like the owner of Braille, which was into Scientology, basically quitted Braille and stole everyone's goods and money and threw the freaking warehouse. It was insane for the sake of Scientology. That's the allegations, basically. And also the people that were part of Scientology that worked with him was with him. And also the ones that don't believe or question it were basically left out in the dust, which now created their own channel just to have a response. And also, here's the thing: it's so heartbreaking. The people like what was it, like Nigel and the rest of the skateboarders that were sponsored by Braille, that worked for Braille, that were with Aaron as a friend. Imagine just having your best friend that you ever had ever since elementary, and just out of nowhere they just cut you off. I've never seen that. Even in Christianity, even in Islam, even in Judaism, even in other religions and stuff like that, you don't cut your friends because they question your beliefs. Or it was like, what the frick is Scientology? Like, that is the worst religion if you have to ever go there. It's a religion. And people are like, oh, technically, no, I don't care. Maybe I'm ignorant of knowing Scientology, but that is just insane. Or what Braille did. I will never forget that. That angers me. It was like, especially in San Francisco, where people just literally lost their jobs because somebody was like, oh, I believe in this belief, and I'm gonna freaking cut my friends that don't believe it. So for the sake of Scientology, I'm like, what? I'll never forget that. I mean, I was looking at the Scientology HUD with disgust. I was like, and because Braille just got ripped from that. Like their whole warehouse. I'm talking about the whole warehouse. Every skateboard. If you know Braille, you know for a fact that they have designed other skateboards challenges, like a freaking cheese grater skateboard, a skateboard made out of a mitten skateboard or something, a glove skateboard, or just any type of skateboard, like a keyboard skateboard, literal keyboard, like that I have over here on my computer, a laptop skateboard that you can ever think about. And freaking Aaron, the owner of Braille, just threw all that away. We're talking about a decade of content, a decade of skateboards, a decade of merch, a decade of everything. He threw everything away. It is insane. I'm like, no way this is real. So yeah, screw Braille. Absolutely, they can burn hell, and even Aaron. Okay, and I can say that because Scientology is pretty much against God. So bada booski. I pray for them, but at the same time, that is terrible. That is absolutely just evil. Anyways, but pray for them. Also, some gaming stuff, I guess. Delta Emulator was out. This was when the whole thing about mobile emulators were coming in. That was a big thing. Also, car hacking. I saw this documentary in Connecticut, right, during that time, where they were hacking people's cars or breaking them, and pretty much that was a thing in the East Coast. I don't know what happened to that right now. I think they got in trouble because they can easily, scan them or whatever. But it was one of the big things that were happening in the East Coast at the time. Also, eShops. This is not a gaming thing related. I'm sorry. There's actually two of them. Two gaming related. Xbox exploded. I think they were out of depth or whatever. But also another thing, yeah, the 3DS and the Wii U eShops were gone. Which, it wasn't a big deal because you have emulators for a reason. But also, it was like, wow, okay. I guess it's gone. Or announced to be gone. I'm not sure it was announced to be gone, but it was gone either way because 2024 was the year that those eShops were disappeared. And I don't know what's going to happen to the Switch eShops when Switch 2 comes out, which I do not care about the Switch 2. Just freaking show me the damn product. I don't want to hear leaks or news. I just never understand that. There was just so many, even at that time. And something happened with Illumination there. Okay, anyways, let's get into May, where, as you can see here, I was with my class. Somebody was holding a flower. That's it, okay? You also have my other classmates, which I don't really care to know their name because honestly, they wouldn't. Even though I have some of their numbers, yeah, I don't think they care. But anyways, yeah. So May was the last day of my class. Thank goodness. All we did is pretty much just went to this. I'm tired. One thing I hate about this freaking science class is you have to drive certain areas that you usually never went to. It took me a while to find this park. Where the frick is this park? When was the last time I ever drove to a park? I don't freaking know. I feel like it's a good thing that I know now. If I ever get bored, I would go to the park, I guess. But yeah, they just happen to have a park, and I don't know. I just feel like I have never done that before. Why would I go to a park except for a skate park? That's the closest I would go to a park at all. But anyways, yeah. We had like a factory field trip, which we went to a factory of how things were made. That was cool. You know, it was just a bunch of garbage. But also it was a goodbye class. Also, it was a very educational May. For some weird reason, I was feeling very educational. I don't know why. But I guess I just went to UC Berkeley and walk around there, and that was nice. It was not there was not a lot going on. It was pretty much just a chill, just walk around, I guess. But also, this is when Chipotle was shortening their meat. That was a viral thing. Chipotle and other restaurants were basically shortening their food supplies or meat or whatever. It will be the beginning of that in a sense. And also, I got 40K subs. Also, another thing just happened. Guess what just happened? You know what just happened? At May, my channel got terminated again. 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 It got terminated again. Why? I don't know. I got it back. Thank you, Webtoon. Thank the Lord. Actually, I thank the Lord more. But thank you, Webtoon. But yeah, it was terminated for a week. I was freaking out. It was the longest week that I ever had. It was insane. And thank goodness I got my channel back. It took me a minute to actually email them and stuff like that, but I was freaking panicking. I couldn't shake. And the only time I ever talk to them is usually with this incident. And I felt bad because I haven't really spoke to them or anything. I don't know what other reason other than literally my freaking channel getting terminated. I wasn't dealing none of it. But yeah, also another thing that just happened. There was a good thing that happened. Okay, not a bad thing. After my channel got terminated and came back, I think at the end of the month, I got baptized. Praise God. Which was, something that I needed. I needed a little baptism because I was getting angry and not happy during that month or something. I don't know. But yeah. I guess there's some gaming other stuff related, but I think that's not important. When I already shared the biggest thing that happened during that day, and pretty much, yeah, I guess this was the time in May that I was about to just announce that, yeah, I'm quitting Webtoon, which is still in my brain. It's still in my mind. Should I quit Webtoon? I was supposed to quit because the reason why I got terminated is because of these Webtoon videos that I have so many of them that there could be an AI elimination of just erasing all my content, and I don't even know at this point. Should I keep it? Should I not? Because I also don't want to lose my subs. That's another thing. Anyways, let's go into June. June, took this picture when I was in a swimming pool at Monterey. They had like a swimming pool there. There was nobody at the swimming pool area, but I was there. So you know what? I was like, yeah, I would just chill here during this nice hot day at the swimming area. Anyways, also I heard skimming was a thing, so I be careful with your credit cards and here and there. I heard it was a big thing going on around that time or something, and I think just now recently they added a couple of stuff to make sure skimming doesn't happen. And for those that don't know what skimming is, it's basically if you scan your credit card here and there could be some scammers or thieves that could actually implement a certain device into that particular scan device that you usually scan your credit card or try to make a deposit or something at like an ATM, and they could literally steal your information, your credit card information and stuff like that. But thankfully with this whole skimming thing being viral, now there is action that has been made to stop it so that you don't get hacked or lose all your money in your credit card, because that would suck. Also, I went to my cousin's farewell party. That was nice. And I think after that, I went to Monterey for a little short vacation. Like, the cousin's party was nice. I had, he went to a pizza place, and there was so much pizza, so much pasta. I don't know how much pounds I gained, but yeah, that was a fun time. I don't know if I should share anything else about that, but yeah, off to Monterey for a little short vacation, went to walk around. I didn't even stay there long enough to actually check out what's really going on. There wasn't much going on. I don't think there is anything like hype or anything. Also, it was strangely cold during that time. There was this strange weather pattern of like cold and hot, like just like freaking winter just decided not to Like, I don't know. I think I noticed that and I was like, no wonder freaking summer felt long until November, because also the winter kind of felt a little bit longer in Monterey, which is interesting. It was also the first time in Monterey that I went that I didn't feel like bringing my skateboard because, well, I just didn't care about it. Also, yeah, this was the start of my other class, which sucked. I just want to let you know it's a class that I didn't pass, but also a class that I hated absolutely so much. It was stats. And if you know that, you know what I mean. Also, Summer Game Fest. I did a lot of demos for that, for the Summer Game Fest, because that was announced for that June. And yeah, also I also made a project, right? I did a freaking long B-Boy documentary review. Yes, a freaking documentary review of like one of my favorite crews, and also in my second channel. And that didn't do any numbers. Also, Dr. Disrespect was canceled during that time. That was a big thing. And also, I this is the moment where I stopped supporting Hell of a Boss. I stopped watching it. There's a scene in this episode of Hell of a Boss that it made my decision that, you know what, I'm sick of this freaking series. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, and if you know, you know. I just don't understand the whole thing about, like, literally what the scene that she put out. But you know what, I just can't do it anymore. I think I prefer Has Been Hotel, but with Hell of a Boss, yeah, I'm just done with that. I don't know. I think this was the moment that I was like, I'm done. I don't want to share, but basically, murdering children is just not cool. And when I say children, I mean like this literal scene where they murder children, and it's a freaking joke, and it's like, that's not funny. That's not funny. You think I'm laughing because of that or something? Wait, and to this day, I'm so tempted to ask Viv about that. But when I say murder children, I don't mean the abortion thing. I mean the freaking, like, even abortion is still messed up too. But I'm talking about literally this scene where I think the bad guys or something. I think they're bad guys, right? They put, like, they they pretty much had little, like, elementary kids, right? Go in, and they were all bloodied out. They were all killed when they went in as a joke. And I'm like, why? And I get it's hell. I get that what she makes is definitely something that is against God, and is pretty much why would I expect anything good at all from literally a product of hell? And I see this, and I'm like, that's just not cool. That's just not cool. You don't freaking put, like children, like they're adolescents, and then say, like, and murder them because it's funny. When murdering children, it's not funny at all. Like, are you serious, Viv? Huh? Is this a joke? Like, I still can't stop thinking about that. Like, that is just wrong. Absolutely wrong. Let's move on to July. What's up? Anyways, we got, like, this is when the Paris 2024 was a thing. And oh boy, I'm about to get into that in just a bit. But also, yeah, I heard that the president dropped out. That was crazy. And also, this picture that you're seeing right now. Also, yes, of course, I'm gonna talk about Trump almost getting shot. There's a lot of things going on in the political space, but this is not a political channel. But man, Trump was like freaking like Matrix up in that store. Pew! You know what I mean? It was like, what the heck? Literally centimeters. Literal centimeters. No wonder Trump was president. He kind of deserves it, because how did you dodge a bullet that close at all? That's insane. What country do we even live in to think that, like, anybody winning against that? Like, no. Trump wins because of that alone. Even though I don't like Trump, he still wants that. That's, like, insane. But yeah, this is the beach. And why did I put the picture of the beach of Santa Cruz Beach that I went to when I was out there? Well, because this beach party, I went there. How did I get there? Well, I don't know. Maybe just some cousins or family just told me about it. And I was like, fine, I got nothing better to do. And it was pretty much the moment when I was, like, still in class or something. So I wasn't feeling it, but I went there anyways. And thank goodness I did, because I did met this girl. It didn't go anywhere. This relationship didn't go anywhere as much. I just met this girl there. and we were friends, and I guess nothing happened after that. I feel bad because it could have been me to actually really work with something with this girl that and here's the thing. There is this ongoing joke of me of like me being single, and that's a usual complaint and flaw of mine. And if I were to have somebody, I feel like things would be a bit better. But the thing is that this didn't work out. I met this girl there who were supposed to, hang out and do something. It just never happened. And that was it. So people were wondering because I think I shared this with Stefan, and I know Stefan was curious to know. So if you're listening to this, sorry, Stefan. Yeah, it didn't work. But also, yeah, other people as well were like, "Oh, Vince, you met somebody? You met?" And yeah, it just didn't work out. I don't know. I just haven't got back from her. She hasn't got back from me, and I was like, and I know I shouldn't be the one to wait for her, but I don't know. I had this feeling where it didn't work out. I just feel like whatever. You know what? I'll just find someone else, I guess. And here I am in the weighing stool again. Here I am being single, and I was really that close to being with somebody. There was this moment where I was like, oh wow, I think we're about to go on a date, and that never happened. So is it heartbreaking? Is it sad? Kind of, right? Because I don't really even know the girl long enough to actually be with her, And even though she's like a bit older than me, it would have been something that we would, hung out, and it would be something special. And the thing is, what's crazy is that this is the first time I'm sharing this. This is actually the first time really explain this, and how, I didn't have expectations. It was kind of like just like I didn't want anything from the girl. And when I say I didn't want anything, obviously I didn't care about the whole, like, as most men that wanted to get laid or not. I really just don't care about that. What I do care is just to be with someone, just to hang out. It just never happened. So I don't know what you want from me. Also, Kai Cenat lost his penthouse. That was a crazy thing that happened during that time. I don't know what other disasters happened. I know the whole wildfires thing was going on, which, whatever. It's California. What do you want? But also, the all-time Olympic controversy. It was the freaking Last Supper. Man, people were talking about this big time. The Olympics were just getting called out, boycott. And I feel like every time the Olympics come, like it was boycott like last 5 years ago when it comes down to the whole freaking COVID thing or whatever in Japan, just saying no, no, no. But also, again, with this one, because of them mocking God, mocking the scriptures, which, I feel like you should never do that, because never mock God, never ever mock the Lord, because you will be severely punished for sure. And that's basically what happened to some of the Olympics committee or whatever, or the hate that they got. And yeah, there was this whole controversy about it. But also, not only that, Reagan. If you know what I'm talking about, you freaking already know, okay? Reagan. Do you know any other breakdancer? No, you don't. Because the only one you know is freaking Reagan. And everybody was talking about Reagan all the way till August. It was so annoying. Just people shut up about Reagan. The whole aftermath about Reagan was insane. I was like, what else are y'all talking about? Wait, where's August? Oh, crap. I didn't put August, did I? Wait, did I not put August? Did I not put August? There's August. Okay, for some reason, when I was trying to organize my pictures, I don't know why I did that. September is supposed to go here. Whatever. Anyways, we're in August. This is a picture that I took when I was at another party. And I guess they had cameras or something like that. It was a pretty cool... I guess the person was hosting a show in it or something. And I guess I was part of it. So, I don't know. If you're in the Philippines and you see a certain person, it could be me. That is dancing in a quinceañera in freaking Bakersfield, California. It's kind of a weird place to put it, but whatever. Of course, Filipinos love America. They would freaking film everything as if it's like their own province in the Philippines, which isn't. Okay, Philippines is Philippines, and America doesn't own that country. Take that. Anyways. Yeah, so a party. And pretty much there was cameras, there was good food, there was a bunch of other people that I don't freaking know and I'll never meet, and and yeah, that's it. Would there be a potential somebody that I would have met I listen, I'm not the type of person to pick up women. So what do you want from me? Whenever I tried, it's just never like something that really process, okay? Because I don't really care about any of that. Anyways, moving on. Like a show setting. It was okay. Yeah, it was a show setting, like in some sorts. I guess I put that there. Also, what is this? Oh yeah, there was a pool party that was supposed to happen that Stefan was supposed to be part of, but he didn't show up. And it was a nice pool party, but nice and hot, and pretty much yeah, that's just it. That's just it. Also, I already talked about the ray gun aftermath, which I don't want to give my energy about, but I was going off. I made videos about it. Okay, enough of them. And also GalaxyCon. This was the time when I went to, I guess the first anime convention of that year was GalaxyCon, and it was so low key to the point where even it was not that hard to talk to any celebrities. I saw Richard Horowitz, aka Moxie from Hell of Boss. I saw Verasaka or Marinette or the new character is going to play Gabriel in the Guardians, a Christian anime. Christina V. Saw her and I was like, hey, how's it going? And it was chill. I was asking her a bunch of stuff and here and there. I don't know if there's proof because you have to pay money to take a picture. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm poor. And I told her because I did spend a couple of things when I was at GalaxyCon, and I told her that, and she was like, "It's okay." So, Christina V was nice. Everybody was nice there. Well, specifically the ones that I met. There was there was another celebrity there that was supposed to be there. Exhibit was gonna be there, which I'm like, what the heck? Exhibit was gonna be here. Also, freaking like man, like what the character that played uh Star Trek, which was one of the biggest ones, and sorry I forgot the name. I was like, Vince, how can you forget the name? Well, sorry that I'm not a Star Trek fan, but he was supposed to be there, and I guess that was like one of the biggest ones. But of course, this was on a Sunday, so it was chill. I ended up playing a lot of games there. I ended up, hanging around there, especially just by myself and stuff like that. Stefan didn't come, but I was happy, by myself. I was cool. Did a lot of walking, did a lot of going around, stuff like that. See the whole, San Jose Convention Center. It was pretty cool. GalaxyCon was okay. It wasn't cheap. Okay, I get it. Some of these other vendors were struggling. There was this one vendor that actually I was trying to find a bag in there. One tip when going to anime conventions: bring your own bag, because sometimes they're not gonna carry bags for you. And I was trying to find one that has bags, and I did. And pretty much for a reward, I was like, yeah, let me buy your stuff. And I bought this ghost shell picture. It was a cool picture of Ghost of the Shell. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, it looks so cool and looks like a very good price to buy it. So I bought it and said thank you and stuff like that. But yeah, it was pretty high. GalaxyCon was okay. I don't know why I put it in. I didn't put it this one. I feel like I could have. But yeah. But also there was what is this? Arcade slot during a car check. Oh yeah, I saw arcade slot with a bunch of games. It had all the emulators in there. And as I was getting my car check, it was the coolest thing. Man, I wish I showed a picture of that. Inside 2 was cool. I saw that. And the others. What else? Also a lot of babysitting. And as well as I did make a video called Why I Don't Upload Much, which is a questionable one I made, but you know what? It is what it is. But also, what else here? The whole very demure thing was a trend during this time. I don't understand that. But not only I went to GalaxyCon, there was another convention that I went to that was basically it was a convention of it was an online convention. It was CitrusCon. And I wasn't really that crazy to go into Citrus I mean, going to a convention that's just online because you really don't need to go anywhere. But since it's free and you don't need to go anywhere, it's like, whatever, let me go. And it's basically a LGBT BL convention, if that makes sense, which I was a bit worried because I'm like, man, usually these places have some interesting characters. And I saw those interesting characters and some interesting topics, I would say, that they would definitely be put in the FBI list for sure. But you know what? I wasn't being hateful. I was like, yeah, let me check it out. Let's just, I'm gonna be careful here, okay? And let me tell you, it was okay. I feel like I know I don't want to communicate with anybody in there or something. There was some. Let me tell you, there were some very interesting characters in this one, and when I mean that, I mean there were some where I know I'm gonna disagree with the majority of their opinions for sure. Oh my goodness, but that happened. Anyways, September was a thing that I skipped, and this was a picture of Stefan's birthday where he had it. It was a restaurant, and I took a picture of all the classical, like, celebrities of the portraits and stuff like that, and also the chandelier. It looks fancy, don't it? It looks fancy. Anyways, this is when my emulation handheld came in, and I was excited to play that. That was a lot of fun. And of course, Stefan's birthday. I celebrated with him. We were having a good time, eating good food, and yeah, it was the last time before I see him before I go to Europe. And also, yeah, the Europe announcement came in. This is when I announced like I was going to Europe, so that was a cool thing that was going to happen soon. And doing a couple things before I go there. That's the other thing that I was busy with. Also, what else? Also, I did a stream. I did the whole Sage 2024 where I stream all the games that they have. So that was a lot of fun. They had a lot of games. I was kind of supposed to recently recheck those, but I just didn't. And what else? Sailor Moon. Oh yeah, the Sailor Moon finale was, that happened. Also, Nikocado Avocado tricked all of us. That was a trend. Also, this is when it's the beginning of starting the gaming series. Every Friday I was posting videos of me playing games, and yeah, that was kind of like fun for a little bit. And also, Diddy had like the whole baby oil situation, so that was questionable. But other than that, let's go into October. This is and this is a picture of literally the whole entire area of Greece, and my stop there. From the UK to Greece, this is the picture I took. And that was like the biggest announcement, which was basically my Euro trip. I don't think anything else mattered. I got a couple of things here and there. I got I got a couple things from Amazon, like a charger, and of course the handheld that I wanted so much, and also some other stuff for travel. And thank goodness I got those, because it was going to be the main focus was going to Europe. I was pretty much practicing different languages for it, mostly Italian, Sapace. So I pretty much I guess I was bueno with a bit of Italian here and there and some Spanish, and the French was not easy, but Alonzi, I tried. But also there was this whole anticipation of the election going on. That was the thing. And also, what else? Yeah, I guess the only thing I wrote down was the European trip. Something happened in October, but I didn't care. I seriously did not care. All I care about is going to Europe. And so I got everything packed. I turned off a bunch of other stuff in the house before leaving. And yeah, my trip began. It was going to be San Francisco Airport, which I took a BART to. It was pretty long, but it was going to be longer, so I had to get used to some of the things. It was one of the most walking and most tiring months that I would have, because the majority of the time I was in Europe, getting ready for Europe, and also setting up for Europe and learning about Europe to make sure that I have the best experience, as well as getting my money up, because I was working twice, which was another thing. I didn't really talk about it in the beginning of January, but I have a new job. So I was focusing on working on my new job, and that became mostly the responsibility that I had. And pretty much, I try to gain much just to finish a couple commissions and finish a couple of videos to make sure I have enough money of where I'm going, because I know it's not cheap there. So as I got ready for all that, Basically, it was San Francisco airport to London airport, and then London airport to Athens airport, which is where I stayed for a bit. And after that, I went to Italy, went around Italy, went to Livorno, went to here and there, which end up all the way of November. November, the whole time, October was my time in Greece, and then I freaking went to a whole switch of going across the Ionian Sea to west of Italia. So I went to Italy, went to Livorno, went to Rome, Firenze. That was crazy because I was a big fan of Assassin's Creed 2. So just seeing Firenze, like I was like, oh my gosh, where's Ezio Auditore? And I was basically in the motherland, half of my heritage here, and I just saw a bunch of people that look like me. I was like, oh wow, this is just nice. But yeah, went to France, and I stayed there for a long time. I think my last time was Bari, and from Naples I went to Bari, and then after Bari I went to I went to France. I went to Montpellier, and that was amazing. Montpellier was like, it wasn't that crowded as I expected. It is very warm in Caribbean, which is another thing. In Italy, and also like, I know Greece was a bit cold for some reason, but in Italy it was freaking hot. It was hot. Oh my goodness. It was like almost like Mexico in a ways, but I know, and also France was hot too. That was not helping. I was like, okay, France, you're not the Caribbean. I mean, you own some of the Caribbean, but it's like you're not freaking Caribbean right now. Okay, you're freaking melting me. And what's strange is that Spain was kind of cold. When I went to Spain after France, I was like, okay, this is weird. But also when I went to Spain, apparently, like, I got sick literally before I was about to go back to America. And the whole time I was taking a flight to Miami, it was like I was sick. And then from Miami, I was like sick in the airplane again, going to California. I hate doing double flights. Can I just say that? Every flight that I've been to is uncomfortable. How the frick do you sleep in a freaking plane? I still ask that till this day because it was so tiring. But yeah, anyways, Spain was cool. I went to the Gothic Square and also the Picasso shop. That was pretty cool. And yeah, when I went to America, it was so strange. When I went back to specifically California, because I didn't see anything at all in Miami, but in California, it felt, I kid you not, it felt like the freaking future. It felt like I was in Tokyo. It was like, oh wow, this is what it feels like to be in America. Wow. But of course, it's cool because I live here. What the heck? Yeah, but I was sick for a week. Then after I felt better, I decided to go somewhere to shop furniture. And also, one of my favorite moments was hanging out with Stefan and him telling about all my stories that happened in Europe because a lot of things happened. Okay, definitely check those videos out. But also, shopping in I went shopping in a crowded mall in Concord. That was cool. And also a Thanksgiving party where I also rambled more about my European trip, which was another thing. Also some new stuff. Shout out to Underhill. This is when Underhill just quit. And I said I was gonna be there, but also I wasn't because it was somewhere in the time where I was in Italy. And getting any internet from Europe that I have no access to because I didn't have a SIM card with me. Yeah, that was the problem. Yeah, there was no way. There was no freaking way of me going to Underhill's last stream. It is what it is. It was kind of sad because I wanted to be there, and I wanted to know why he quit, and I still didn't understand it. But yeah, this whole freaking, and also I had a whole rant about VTuber graduation because I kind of was a bit upset that I couldn't make it there. Because, and also just the idea of like VTubers doing graduation is stupid, even though if you're not part of industry, I guess. But I didn't want to start beef. Also, Arcane was a thing, and man, was I going off on Arcane. I was having a blast watching Arcane, and I didn't know it was going to be the finale of it. That's for sure. Man, I made a bunch of videos of that. And also the beginning of Vince Ministries, my new series honoring God. So yeah, that was cool. I mean, I was so thankful to the Lord, especially after Europe. I was like, man, no way this happened. I pray for this. But yeah, next up was December, which was literally last month, which was literally a few days ago. So December, I don't know what happened. There was a bunch of random earthquakes and tsunamis going down. And that was a thing. And also drones going around. And yeah. And also I had a sleep paralysis. I heard a freaking clown laugh. That wasn't fun. My gosh. But yeah, what else? Also, I had the best Christmas party ever. The best Christmas party ever, which is this picture right here. Me and Svan were, and pretty much there was a couple of my cousins were also hanging out in my room. You don't see him in this one, but basically we were open presents, and he gave me this cross. It was so nice of him, and I gave him this Spider-Man scroll, which I found in a store. Which I also bought a bunch of stuff there. I bought like a other gaming stuff. Let me turn on the lights. It's freaking dark. Hold on. I bought a bunch of stuff, and also I saw this whole Spider-Man. I saw a bunch of Spider-Man stuff as well, and this is what I pretty much saw in there. I was like, oh, let me buy it for Stefan then for Christmas, and also some other stuff. But yeah, that was fun. And what else? I discovered Class of '09. That was crazy. I played one of the best games, which would be my number one. Spoilers, which is Fruit Bus. Gabriel and the Guardians was announced, and also the Game Awards. I tried to stream the Game Awards, and it didn't work out. It was too long. I wish I had my own apartment so I can stream it my own time. But yep, just wasn't happening. I don't know what to tell you. But also, yeah, I went to San Francisco for the first time in a while. I think this is the first of this year that I went to San Francisco. I used to go there a lot. This is the first time I visited Union Square. And yeah, I haven't really been in the city for a long time. But I wanted to go. It was freaking cold. And also, it was expensive. I'm like, okay, well, and I, try to adapt the freaking prices from Europe to San Francisco. I'm like, well, no wonder. Apparently I pay almost $10 for a freaking small ham and cheese in Starbucks there. But I guess that's it. I don't know. There's some other stuff that happened as well. The Christmas party was so memorable. It's so insane. But yeah, 2025, it was right here. And I had a good New Year's little celebration. I also recorded some stuff, which is going to be for later of my top 10 videos and stuff like that I'm doing. I don't know. I finished stuff here and there. I was planning to stream, which I did stream in November of the Game Awards. And also, the Game Awards of December. And pretty much, nobody showed up in that stream. And one thing that I realized is that there really is just, this channel's not really doing well. It's falling off. It's going back and forth here and there. All I can tell you is that I'm okay with that. Because I kind of want to do things different too. I don't even know about my second channel. That's just dead. But for this one, I'm just happy that people still stuck around. It's crazy. Just count your blessings. That's all I can do. But for now, all I can really do is I want to take a break and take a nap. I can only speak for right now because during my Vince talks, I go off. I talk about this. I talk about that. Whatever it is. But in this particular video, I just want to share, the good times that I had. And some of those good times could be left out in the dust. But a lot of times you got to talk about the good times. Even though you talk about the bad times, talking about the good times can actually help you understand your blessings and also understand all the good things come. And especially this, 2024 was the most traveled. I've been to 5 countries. It's insane. And here I am back in America, alive. Kind of crazy to think about. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. See you when I see you. I guess, this is it. 2025 here for another year. And what other stories I'm going to have? Who knows? I might have to take notes of those moments. But other than that, God bless. God is good. One love and a peace.